That's it!
Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my...
Hello everyone and welcome inside of Platt Arena. It's another weekend and it's another basketball day here in Huntington, Indiana. Cumberland University out of Tennessee, the Phoenix in town to take on the Huntington University Foresters. HU coming off their best win in quite some time for their program. Coach Darby Maggard in their third season. They're looking to get to 2 games over 500 today. It's Preston Husband alongside Ross Gosnell. Ross, we talked about that fiery fight last night, the win for HU. The emotions have to be high, but now you got to turn around and try to take care of business 2 days in a row.
Yeah, but if you coach Darby Maggard, you had 11 threes as a team last night, which they were pretty fire last night, if you ask me, from the game against number 7 ranked Cumberland that we saw this place just recently before this game here this afternoon at Platt Arena. But it should be an exciting game to finish off the HU Women's Basketball Classic here today at Platt Arena.
And we do have a busy day here on FDN Sports. Right after this, we'll have the men's basketball team taking on Holy Cross. And in the semifinals of the Crossroads League between the Huntington University Foresters and men's soccer against the Marion Knights. So go ahead and just kick your feet up, stay with us all day. But, you know, going back to that game last night, the Foresters now 2-1. It has just been an excellent start for them. A big reason why is players like Gabi Melby and Bailey Kellum, who really led the way last night. And Annika Nelson not too shabby either.
I'd say Gabi Melby almost had a triple-double last night with 21, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds, which is a pretty good effort out of Gabi Melby last night, almost having a triple-double. And you look like others. Bailey Kellum had an awesome game last night with 25 points, and then Annika Nelson, she was on the roll last night as well with 17.
And what does a win like that for your program do, Ross? You look at the team they beat last night, the University of the Cumberland. They were ranked number 7 coming in. They just went to the Fab Four/Final Four in women's basketball. First team All-American. We saw last night Cassie Monday and her sister Kaylee. They're a dynamite duo. And the Foresters, in a way, played good enough defense to keep them from dominating the game, and then you see all the points they put up. Their offense always seems to be firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, it was a great defensive game last night for the Foresters because they both had tied with 13 turnovers last night, but I feel like HU's going to have the same amount of turnovers, but we got to take care of the basketball today if we're going to win the HU Women's Basketball Classic here today.
So it'll be the Phoenix and the Foresters. We are just about set to see what the starting lineups will look like for both teams. While we go through starting lineups in the hype video, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back for tip-off between the Phoenix and the Foresters on FDN Sports.
Our athletes may participate. Our officials may do.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Feature filmmaking is going to be able to help us students make student films better, stronger. We have to keep our responsibility and be respectful to everyone. No matter what we're doing, we're still there on student films, but it's really pushed on these futures because you have to be responsible, and if something's not done, that falls back on you. And I think that's really showing people whether or not they can handle this industry or not.
I spend a lot of time observing everything around me and taking in what it looks like for a professional to be doing something in their field, which, you know, none of us have ever experienced to have not been on one of these. Like, we've only ever experienced amateur student film like level.
I'd really like to see that a lot of sophomores and juniors that were on the capstone film really take what they learned and apply that to their films.
Just having industry professionals kind of being there, guiding you, but also expecting quality work out of you. I think it's like a good pressure to have on you.
My name is Lance Clark, and I directed the film Overhill Manor. You know, I wish that everyone could just come on set and just see how this capstone film program works. I mean, for several weeks, students have been working in pre-production in their various areas to then link up with mentors that come from all around the country as professionals and then mentor our students on set, and to watch our students rise up to the occasion where they're first, seconds, and thirds in all the different departments. That's capstone. That's the living classroom, you know? And I'll tell you what, that doesn't just happen. This is something that has taken, you know, years and years of process planning, dreaming, praying, and then organizing, and then just trusting God to like pull it all together. It's enriched our program. You can see it cascade down from our mentors to our capstone seniors, to our seniors, to our juniors, to our juniors, to our sophomores, and even the sophomores to the freshman films now are like crewing up with crews of like 10, right? I was on some freshman films. I'm like, they have departments it's crazy. And it's crazy in a good way though, because everybody's challenging each other to do better and to hone in on the craft and to start thinking about it as art and not just as play and not just as like a student project, but it's art. And they want their stories to mean something. And capstone film is very, very special. It's like nothing else I've ever seen anywhere else in the country.
Just about set to see the starting five for the Foresters. They're in their green uniforms here today in the Forester Classic. They're looking to go 2-0 here on their home court this weekend and stay perfect on the year. As the lights go out, the hype video about to be shown inside Platt Arena. HU played so well last night to get one of their biggest win in Coach Darby Maggart's career, and they're looking to do something similar here today, maybe against a little bit of a lesser opponent, as it sounds like we're going to take it to one more quick commercial, and then we'll come back for tip-off. All right, now we're back for tip-off here in just a few moments, as you're going to see the Forester starters introduced. They're going to go with a familiar starting five: Bailey Killam, Peyton Hartsoe, Annika Nelson, Gabi Melby, and Olivia Raby. The starting five for Coach Darby Maggart's team, coming off her signature win as a young head coach, her third year here in Huntington. Of course, played her high school basketball right down the road at Canterbury, where she won 2 state titles, all-time great in the Fort Wayne area, went on to have a phenomenal college career at Belmont. They're taking on the the Cumberland University Phoenix today. They're 1-3, 10-16 last year. Historically, though, Cumberland University has had the Foresters number, Ross. They lead this all-time series 4-1, including a 58-45 win over the Foresters back in 2021. On the other side, Kayla Gordon's going to get it started from Fulton, Illinois. She's a grad guard playing for the Phoenix today. She's joined by Ever Walker from Clarksville, Tennessee. Also, Faith Colston getting a start today, Emily Tarpley, and Maya J. Eubanks from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Mark Vaughn is their head coach. He's in his first season as a head coach. He was an assistant coach for a handful of years at Bethel University. And he is ready to roll in his first season, trying to get his second career head coaching win against a tough Foresters team, as the Phoenix will start with the ball first. Ready to roll, Ross, for a busy day.
It's a busy day indeed here on FDN.
Phoenix, we talked about 1-3 to start the year, got their first win last night, and they get the first point right away there, as that was Tarpley who rolled right to the rim for an easy 2.
It seems like Annika Nelson there got a little bit confused there from Tarpley's basket.
Melby and Kellum, the two best outside shooters on the floor right now. Raby's been amazing to start this year, and she starts her night with an and-one opportunity. 2 massive games for Liv Raby in her last 2 times out.
Yeah, Olivia Raby, she's an awesome scorer down in the paint, and she's probably one of the best in the Crossroads League down there.
Averaging 17.7 points per game, shooting 56% from the field. It's already taken that big jump from her freshman year last year when she averaged 10.1 points per game. Last night, she did it all, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks. Well, she starts today with 3 easy points after she finishes that 3-point play. HU off to a quick start. Their first possession, Liv Raby from Loveland, Ohio, gets the easy 2 plus the free throw. Back to work goes Kayla Gordon. 8.5 points per game in her first year with the program. A few years back, 16.5 points per game last year, falling away, and Kellum is going to be whistled for a personal. And that is going to be the first on HU, the first on Kellum, and a couple more free throws coming.
That's not a good foul there from Bailey Kellum. You don't want to get her second one pretty quickly, so.
Colston on the year, an 80% free throw shooter. She's also one of these players taking a leap in her career. Last year averaged right around 3.5 points per game. This year, almost 10 right on the dot, knocks down that first one. She had her best game of the year, and she's also a tremendous rebounder, Ross. At 5'7", she's averaging nearly 7 rebounds per game. Last night, her first double-double with 13 and 10. Second one up and good, as that puts Cumberland University back in front. So if you're wondering, didn't the Foresters just play the Cumberlands last night? No, that was the University of the Cumberlands. As Hartsoul fires a 3, rims in and out. Nearly kept alive by Raby, but pulled down by Walker. So this is Cumberland University, and they're from Tennessee, right around Lebanon, Tennessee. So they actually play in the same conference as the University of the Cumberlands, but 2 different schools, just to clarify that as we go on the rest of the day. Spin move into the paint. Their cream-colored jerseys will have to restart Will the Phoenix. Off the dribble goes Ever Walker. She pulls up off the dribble and connects.
That was a fadeaway 3 there from Ever Walker for the Cumberlands.
She's only been shooting about 12% from downtown. Well, doesn't matter when you knock down your first. Might be feeling better here as Ever Walker puts her team ahead by 4. And now the Phoenix will fall back into a zone. Melby catch, shoots, and hits. She is on quite a roll to start this year.
Yeah, she's been on quite a roll these past 2 games, hitting her first shot here today.
Melby, the senior leader. Bolin, another senior on this team, but Melby's the one that gets the majority of the minutes. Last night she flirted with a triple-double. Today she's looking to have another big performance as Kellum forces the miss, and there's Melby with another rebound, pushing the pace. She'll go coast to coast, slam on the brakes. Nelson loves this transition 3, rattles in and out. Raby there to stick it back, a little too strong.
That was a good offensive rebound there from Olivia Raby to keep the Foresters' possession alive.
Emily Tarpley, who's right around 8.5 rebounds per game, ripped down that miss. And now Kayla Gordon Back to work as Tarpley bounces this one inside. Kellum's got a steal. The Foresters looking to push the pace. 2 Phoenix players behind the play. Hartsoe pulls, can't find the touch early. Give and go between her and Raby. Nelson and Kellum. Now Melby will start over the offense. Nelson, nice cut. Melby, good find. Those two on the same wavelength here early.
That was a great connection there from the Gabi Melby pass to a backdoor cut from Annika Nelson.
Nelson is another player who just seems to be finding more comfortable strides, more comfortable shots on the offensive end. We've seen that apparent early, averaging 11 points per game. She's increased all her major statistical categories early in this year as Walker was looking for her second 3. Raby already a handful of rebounds as Walker tiptoes the sideline. Harpley on the floor, nice feed, left-handed shot up and in from Maya J. Eubanks. She's coming off 4 and 8 last night. Only averages right around 3, but always nice to get those easy looks. Kellum with Nelson. You see this zone. Forrester's trying to get in the middle of it with Melby. She'll go floater, and we've seen her knock down that shots back-to-back nights.
I said we saw that last night out of Gabi Melby hitting the type of floater shots.
Melby in the Huntington Classic last year had a career high, over 40 points in this tournament 1 year ago. So she loves playing in it. We saw that last night as Eubanks hits a 3. That is her first 3 of the year, just her 4th attempt.
That was a great shot there from Maya J. Eubanks for Cumberland.
Kellum couldn't knock that one down. Eubanks with a rebound now. Saw Kellum have her best game of the young year, 25 last night. Knocked down 5 triples on 10 attempts. Ever Walker against Melby. Whistle is going to against Gabi, and they're going to give Walker 2 shots, it looks like.
Seems like a lot of body contact there from Gabi Melby.
1 sub coming in, that's Marley Hyde from White House, Tennessee. Great addition off the bench is Hyde. 6.3 points per game, shooting 58% from the field. 3 offensive rebounds last night. And waiting to see if this is actually a shooting foul, and it looks like it's going to be an out-of-bounds play instead. Gordon threw it in, got it right back. She's tied up by Yoakum, and the Foresters should have the possession arrow. Nice defense.
Yeah, that was I was going to say there. That was nice defense there from Kendall Yoakum to make that jump ball happen.
You know, Yoakum is known as a true knockdown shooter, Ross, but her defense last night was a big difference in the Foresters' victory. Quickly across the 10-second line, Kellum caught in the corner. Gonna have to try to get it to one of her teammates, and it looks like she's gonna be called for a travel as the Foresters turn it over again.
So that's their second turnover here at the halfway mark of the first quarter.
Kellum just maybe moving that left pivot foot. Either way, if it would have been a jump ball, it would have been the Phoenix's basketball anyways. Back to work goes Ever Walker. Long pass to the corner, picked up by Eubanks. Nice ball movement here early by the Phoenix. We are in the area of the first media timeout, so the next dead ball will send us to a break. That's off the side of the backboard by Colston. Melby pulls it down. Yoakum running. Loves this shot in transition. Can't find the touch still. Raby rips it down.
That's a great offensive rebound there from Olivia Raby off of that nice behind-the-back pass from Gabi Melby to Kendall Yoakum.
Raby at the top of the key, 8 on the shot clock. Forrester's got to go quick. Yoakum will shoot. Still cannot get that shot to go early in this season. Just 21% from downtown. You want her to keep shooting it though, Ross, because she shot 44% last year on 75 attempts. Colston throws this one inside Hyde, the freshman, working with her back to the basket. Gives it back to Colston, who spins with the left. Missed the bunny. Loose ball falls to Hartsoe as she nearly dribbles it out of bounds, and now she does. And it's going to be a Forester break here as we've reached the first media timeout. Hartsoe just a little loose as HU's down 2 on FDN Sports.
We got a timeout on the floor.
To me, Forester Camps is amazing.
To me, Forester's Camps is cool.
To me, Forester Camps is a great experience. I've always had just like a genuine interest for art, and our art teacher was like passing out flyers and stuff.
And I saw that my other friends were going to do it, so I got interested in as well.
And this is my first college trip, so I didn't really know kind of what it's like to be in college.
College really isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Definitely go. There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here.
Try to get yourself involved. Try to talk to other people who are like at the camp as well. Talk to like your hosts and stuff.
I mean, there's no reason not to go. I mean, you get out of school, you could come here.
It's really informative on how college actually is, and that the community here is really great.
Just like last night, a fast pace to this second game for the Foresters in the Forester Classic. Right now, the Phoenix of Cumberland University, they're up 12-10. I'd like to take this time to let you know, wherever you are watching, you can type in that little chat box on the right side of your YouTube page. Tell us where you're watching from. If you're watching for the Phoenix, the Foresters, we'd love to give you a shout out, and we would encourage you to stay here all day and watch some FDN Sports. Got games at 3, 5, and 7. Melby's about to be whistled for her second. 3:39 left in this first. The Foresters not looking quite as sharp on the offensive end here over the last several minutes, Ross.
As I said, they're not looking that sharp at all compared to last night. So Coach Darby Bagger might be looking for some adjustments in the lineup rotation.
Well, here's one adjustment with Melby with the 2 fouls. Kendra Sheets, who had arguably the biggest shot of the night last night, is in the game. Fall away, 10-footer, good from Marley Hyde over the top of Yoakum, so that puts the Phoenix up 4. Sheets will have to handle this pressure. The freshman does a nice job in there when she has a chance to have a consistent run at the point guard spot. Kellum drives baseline. She was bumped on her way to the rim. It's going to be an out-of-bounds situation for the Foresters.
We got a Phoenix personal foul on number 3, Ever Walker.
Foul goes on Ever Walker. That is the second on the guest. 3 on HU to start. Hartso will trigger this inbounds play. Kellum trying to get her offense going, and that's a good way to do it.
That's a good way to start her three-point basket there from Bailey Kellum to get Foresters down by 1.
That's a set play for the Foresters out of bounds. They love running those off-ball screens with Raby and Kellum running around them. That time she shot it from the right wing, has her first 3. And we've seen in the past, Ross, when she knocks down one, she can really get it going.
Yeah, she can get hot pretty quickly if she gets those 3s off.
Inside, Gordon throws it out to Ever Walker. We talked about her not being a tremendous three-point shooter. Missed that one too strong, but the offensive rebound opportunity has led to another foul on the Foresters. This time it's going to go on Annika Nelson.
That was Kendall Yoakum there on the personal foul.
Yep, so it's actually Nelson checking in. Kendall Yoakum with the personal.
Forester personal foul on number 21.
Bailey Kellum takes the seed as it's a 1-point game. Here in the first, quick pass inside, straight up. Raby goes against Eubanks, and the second shot is sent towards the rim, and now Hyde is fouled.
That's 2 quick fouls there from Kendall Yoakum. That's not what you want right now from Coach Darby Maggard.
You start to see a lot of the same officials throughout the years, Ross, as far as the Crossroads League go. This crew, and this is not a negative thing, they're just very whistle happy. We see a lot of fouls in games they officiate, and that's holding true here today. 7 fouls through the first 7 minutes. There's just, there's certain crews that maybe let you play a little more, and there's certain crews that call a lot of fouls.
I feel like that's any league, in the, even at the high school level, is you get the same old officials at the same old sporting event, and they have different calls from their own perspectives, from what they see.
Marley Hyde misses that first one short. She is having a great freshman year, but this is not her forte. 43% from the charity stripe to start the year. Hyde, the 6-foot freshman, does make the second, so better than her average that time, and she's got the last 3 for the Phoenix. HU will now try to tie or take the lead. Sheets found the soft spot in the defense, but left a little 8-footer short. And the rebound pulled down once again by Hyde, who's starting to come to life a little bit here in this first quarter. Gordon swings it up top, putting it on the floor. It's Maddie Brillhart, way too strong. Rebound is pulled down by Annika Nelson. We saw her run in the break last night successfully. She finds Sheets this time, who rattles it in.
Man, that was a good three-pointer there for Kendra Sheets. That was her first basket last night, but she's got her second night here.
Last night, her first 4 career points, a big 3 when Gabi Milby left the game with an injury. Tonight, a little more conventional on the floor for the last few minutes, knocks down a 3. Colston thought about a fall away, and it's going to be a 3-second call as Colston was in there for quite some time, and the Foresters turn him over.
That was a great defensive stop there for HU, getting the ball back.
16-15. Foresters make another sub. Liv Raby's going to take a seat. Addie Shank, who had some positive minutes, the freshman from Yoder, Indiana, spent her 4 years at Bishop Lewis High School, a state champ last year, is in the game now. She's with Sheets and Nelson, who's got it now. Annika, floater, thought she was maybe bumped. Shank kept it alive, and it falls down to Ever Walker, who will now push it across half court, and she's bumped on her way.
That was a lot of body contact there between Annika Nelson.
And that's going to be, I believe, 2 shots as the Phoenix are now in the bonus. 6 against the Foresters, 2 against the Phoenix here. And now Ever Walker has a chance to tie this one up. Walker, this is her first year with the program. She was at Christian Brothers. That was her previous school. Misses that first one. 14 points in the opener. She had 12 in the second and 0 points last night versus IUSE. She was 0 for 9 from the field as she ties it up there with her second free throw. Sheets out there running the point. Melby with those 2 fouls. Tegan Akers has joined the Foresters as well. It's a young core out there, sophomores and freshmen only. One of the freshmen, Sheets, being guarded tightly by Walker, has to find Akers. Tegan did not play last night. She's in there early tonight. Hartsoe looking for an opening. Nowhere to go as she pulls up and barely misses that one as it's off the side of the rim. Shot clock will reset. Second try, still nothing there for Peyton. And a rebound pulled down by Gordon.
That was a great offensive rebound there from Tegan Akers, but just couldn't make it production-wise from Peyton Hartsoe.
Gordon unable to get to the rim there. She's still down behind the play. It's good defense by Peyton Hartsoe. Not a great look here as Gordon is down. While she is down, we're going to go ahead and send it to a break, and we'll come back for the final 36.4 seconds on FDN Sports.
An official time on the floor.
This is how we like to do it.
In Platt Arena, good sign for the Phoenix fans. It looks like Kayla Gordon is going to be able to walk under her own power over to her bench. As the Foresters huddle up, they'll have the ball. Got just about, they've got time for 1 possession and then maybe 1 more for the Phoenix as well as we wait to see what the Foresters draw up here. HU spreading out the offense nicely today. The ones in the game, Sheets has 3, Nelson with 2. That's only scoring from these 5, as we'll see what Coach Darby Maggard is drawn up after that short little timeout. Hartso, 0 for 2 on that last possession from deep. Inside Shank will put it on the floor. Looking to get to the rim. Great find to Akers, who's there to score.
That's a nice backdoor cut from Tegan Akers off of that freshman Addie Shank assist.
The forwards and centers for the Foresters have really worked on their passing, and this year it's shown. They have done a tremendous job hitting these cutters. Tough shot from Ever Walker. Now the Foresters going to have to send one up, and it's not going to get off in time. And it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Good game between Cumberland University and HU. When we come back, we'll start the second quarter tied at 18.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community.
Fast-paced first quarter between the Phoenix of Cumberland University. I got to figure that one out, Ross. Cumberland University, Phoenix, and the Huntington Foresters, 18-18. Offense was a little slow to get starting there by both sides, but then, as you can see here, a couple of 3 balls started going down for HU, and then on the other side, the Phoenix did a nice job heating up as well.
I say both sides are playing physical right now, and both teams are hot. I mean, it's just going to be a great game.
Passing was tremendous in that first half by both teams. Gabi Melby, our player to watch, is off to a nice start with 5 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Eubanks on the other side knocked down her first 3 of the season in that first half. Saw a lot of physical play as Yoakum struggled to get it going from downtown, but I'm telling you, Raby is off to a tremendous start. And then maybe one of the best stories from that first half, the freshman Marley Hyde got her offense going. She had 3 straight at one point. Sheets, the freshman for HU, hit a big 3. We haven't seen much of Kellum, but she is out there to start this second quarter as we're just about ready to go for the next 10 minutes of this game. Great pace in that first quarter. This Cumberland team maybe didn't have the best year last year, but they are a solid program in a tough conference down south. As now a travel is going to be called. That's a tough whistle there as Tarpley, pulled that one away, and it looks like she got tied up by the defense, but was whistled for a few too many steps. Sheets, Kellum, Nelson, Shank, as Kellum fires again and hits. She's been working on this left side a lot this year, and it's working out well.
I feel like that's where Bailey Kellum's hot spot is on that left wing, because she's just hot from there.
She's really dangerous against a zone. She can break down a zone in a lot of different ways. That one is way off by Tarpley. It actually hit nothing at all, and it's out of play. As HU will keep a 3-point lead, and they'll have the ball back. We'll see if the Foresters keep going to Kellum here with Melby on the bench. Akers had a quick 2 in the first quarter. Nice cut by Sheets inside. Nelson to Kellum. She thought about letting it go again. Shank took a few too many steps again. Just a little too quick there by the freshman.
Looked like a little bit of the freshman jitters out there from Shank.
Not prepared or aware where she was going to go with that pass, and made the mistake. Turnovers not necessarily haunting the Foresters, but maybe want to clean it up just a little bit after that first quarter.
Right now, the Foresters have 4 turnovers.
That 3 is up and good. Nice shot from Maddie Brillhart, Knoxville, Tennessee native. She adds her name to the scorebook. She knocks down her first 3. This zone is continuing to be played. Kellum asking for it, looking for Sheets in the corner who will fire. That one missed everything again. Brillhart pulls down the miss.
A little too short there from Kendra Sheets.
Really good shooter. We saw that in the opening night, the Forester opening event that they have here, Meet the Team, and the dunk contest, everything like that. Sheets was a bright spot in that event and has been over the last 2 games now as well. Walker doesn't shoot the 3 a lot, but she's got 2 of them already today.
I feel like when she has her feet set, she's firing away.
0 of 9 last night from the field. Not the same story from Ever Walker tonight. Kellum into the lane. Shank Dropped the first pass, now swings it across. HU unable to keep it alive. It should be the Foresters basketball, and it will be.
It'll be Forester basketball at midcourt. Liv Raby back into the Forester.
Liv Raby checks back in as HU's going with Tegan Akers, Bailey Kellum, Liv Raby, Annika Nelson, and Kendra Sheets still. Melby, she might sit for the most of this second quarter, Ross, with those 2 fouls. We'll see how long Coach Darby Maggard keeps her on the sideline. Raby going back to work. Akers there to grab the old board. Foresters have to shoot it with 1 on the shot clock, and they were completely unaware of that. So they might have to come and see if that shot hit the rim. If it did, we will reset the shot clock to 20 seconds, and we'll have to take a short break here as we go to replay. So we'll be right back on FDN Sports.
Officials will review.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things, things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were like, just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, people who are
Back here inside Platt Arena, nice replay review there by our team in the back. Sorry, each time we have a replay, we got to take a little break and try to run that for you guys at home. So that's why we don't commentate over the top of that. I think eventually we might have that ability with another screen and some headphones over here, but right now we got to help the officials out to get those right, and it looks like they got that one right there, Ross.
Yeah, great job by the officiating crew doing their job.
Backdoor cut inside. Tarpley spun it over, Tarpley has it now as she got it from a player inside, and that was Hyde who missed the layup. HU pushes the pace back the other way. Nelson ahead to Sheets. Kellum trying to get herself open on the far side of the court. She was open, but Akers took the three. And the replay, still thinking about that last possession. Ever Walker grabs the miss.
It looked like Tegan Akers almost had an offensive rebound there.
That offensive rebound is not going to be possible for the Phoenix, as HU's kind of stuck in a little bit of a skid here offensively. There's not shooting it the same way they did last night. Just 8 of 22 from the field. 4 of 14 from downtown to start this one.
I feel like the Foresters just need to bring it a little bit more of a production.
Kellum looking for her third three, and she ties it up with number 3.
I say she's pretty much on fire right now.
She's got 9 points to lead the way. She did that a lot last year. Just made a ton of threes, over 500 points in her freshman year. She was the freshman of the year in the conference, and she's maybe looking for player of the year here later in her career, now as a sophomore.
Yeah, that was a great rebound there from Tegan Akers to get that Forester stop.
Nelson has been running it up the court here, more as like a point forward the last couple of nights. Raby catches, goes to Akers. She has an open Sheets in the corner, maybe just a tad bit too late. Akers circles around and gets it back. Kellum, same spot. Kellum, not the same result, but an offensive board by Raby, and she's fouled on the floor, so the Foresters will get it under their own basket.
That was a great offensive rebound there from Olivia Raby to keep that Forester possession alive.
24-24, HU will set up another set piece here underneath their own basket. It'll be Tegan Akers who sends it in. Look for Kellum as the most dangerous one off this play. Sheets beats her defender, bounce it inside to Akers, and open Raby for a moment, couldn't handle the pass, and it's ripped away by Tarpley.
I feel like Olivia Raby should have been ready for that pass there.
Was in a good spot to score right under the rim, just couldn't handle it as Ever Walker steps back looking for her third three, too strong. Akers comes away with the miss.
Great defensive rebound there from Tegan Akers.
Sheets quickly to Annika Nilsson. Fort Wayne native, went to Concordia. Great player here in her sophomore year. Raby finds Kellum. Sheets open from the right corner this time, and that's her second three.
That's a great moving possession there from HU.
Yeah, the ball movement was excellent, and Kellum, who doesn't rack up a ton of assists, really had a nice pass there to Sheets as Akers gets whistled for a foul. And now we gotta wait and see who they want to call it on, so hold your breath. Hopefully we don't have to have another early replay review. Akers will be called, and it looks like that was the right number. We had that situation last night. They had to try to figure out which University of the Cumberland's basketball player fouled. They had 5 initially. They came over here and looked at, and it was actually 0. So once again, if we have a replay review, just try to stay patient with us. It's an all-student crew in the back. Adam Widener is back there as well, a professor here running all of these broadcasts for Huntington University, and it's Preston Usman and junior Ross Gosnell?
Yep.
Okay, junior here at HU. On the call today, Kellum looking for another. That one just doesn't fall. Nelson there to stick it back.
Nice offensive rebound there to Annika Nelson off of that Bailey Kellum miss.
Offensive rebounding starting to benefit the Foresters here in this second quarter. They're up 4. Hasn't been much breathing room for either time. Up top, Colston, top of the key, drives in against Kellum. Will have to hand it off. Tarpley goes all the way to the rim, got too far underneath. HU's got numbers if they go quick. That won't be the case. They slow it down with Kendra Sheets. Hounding defense from the Phoenix as Sheets, the freshman, once again drives in. Raby will shoot the occasional three. Got to look out for that. Kellum now with 9 on the shot clock, goes to Raby, off the bounce, can't get it to go. Akers, another offensive rebound, and we'll see which way the arrow points. It's going to be determined after this media timeout, I guess. I'm not sure. I think it's the Foresters basketball, but we will come back with a 4-point lead for HU on FDN Sports.
To me, Forester Camps is amazing.
To me, Forester's Camps is cool.
To me, Forester Camps is a great experience. I've always had just like a genuine interest for art, and our art teacher was like passing out flyers and stuff.
And I saw that my other friends were going to do it, so I got interested in it as well.
And this is my first college trip, so I didn't really know kind of what it's like to be in college.
College really isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Definitely go. There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here.
Try to get yourself involved. Try to talk to other people who are like at the camp as well. Talk to like your hosts and stuff.
I mean, there's no reason not to go. I mean, you get out of school, you get to come here.
It's really informative on how college actually is, and that the community here is really great.
.405 left until the half. It is the Forester Classic, and right now it's looking like a Forester Classic because the three balls are starting to fall for HU.
Yeah, right now HU's been hot with the three-point arc. They're 6 of 18 right now, which they're 33%, which is a pretty good feeling right now if you're Coach Darby Maggard.
They have knocked down at a better rate than that over this second quarter, starting to shoot it just a tad better as Kellum's got 2 of them in this second quarter. Thought about number 3, instead goes off the dribble to Nelson, who's had another nice start to this day. The real story, Ross, 8 offensive rebounds for the Foresters. Sheets, 5 on the shot clock. Someone's gonna have to shoot it. It'll be Raby from deep, and she hits!
She hits pretty well for Olivia Raby for a center out in the three-point area.
So that's Raby's first of the year. We saw her knock down a couple last year. She won't take it a lot, but she does have a great shot and a tremendous free throw shooter. You expect her to maybe start shooting a few more from downtown.
Hey, confidence is she's getting better out there in the three-point arc.
Emily Tarpley throws it over to Kayla Gordon. It's great to see her back in the game, and she comes right back in and scores.
Basket's good by Kayla Gordon.
She left the game with what looked to be a leg injury early, and you just never know. It looked like a non-contact injury. So awesome to see her back out there. Gordon, one of the leaders for this team, as Nelson pulls up from 10 feet. Coach Darby Maggard not pleased with the no call, as she's letting them know that she thought Nelson was maybe hit on the arm. Instead, it's a 5-point lead for HU. The Phoenix back in possession. Tarpley outside Colston, and now it's Maya J. Eubanks, who had that nice first quarter. Hands it off to Ever Walker, nearly dispossessed. Someone's gonna have to launch it. Gordon had the last 2, looking for the next 3, can't find it. And a whistle coming here late in the possession. And it's gonna be called against Bailey Kellum.
Seems like a late whistle there from the officials.
Kellum is whistled. I'm not sure what the call was. It was on the back side. It was not there, but after the shot. We're back live here as this one's sent up and somehow put in by Tarpley.
That seems like a nice reverse layup there from Emily Tarpley for Cumberland University.
Back to work go the Foresters on offense. Kellum did pick up her second foul. Raby coming off that 3. Akers looking for an option. The Hamilton Southeastern grad. Pretty good shooter as a guard. Whistle comes, and now it's going to be a blocking foul, as it's 32-29 in the first half.
Peyton Hartzell reports into the...
Looks like the foul was on Emily Tarpley there for Cumberland University Phoenix.
So Tarpley gets her first personal. 2 team fouls, 2 on the Foresters, and it looks like we're going to have a look here. They're asking for a review, but you cannot review a foul. You can't review a foul. It's not a rule in the NAIA at this point in the rules, in the replay system. You cannot do that. They came over here and did that yesterday in the game. That's not something they can do. The official actually knew he had made a mistake and clarified that to the University of the Cumberlands. You can't check a foul in play. It's got to be an out of bounds. Maybe to see who the foul is. As Sheets knocks down another 2, but that is not a reviewable situation.
Yeah, it's not a reviewable call to have at the NAIA level compared to like the NCAA level that you can actually do that kind of stuff. But a good basket there from the freshman Kendra Sheets.
Inside, Nelson has a block. The Foresters have possession. They're pushing it forward. Hartso nearly walked. Akers puts it on the floor. Sophomore goes out to Sheets, who's feeling it. That one off the side of the backboard. Rebounded by Eubanks. Maybe a little bit of a heat check there by Kendra.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a heat check for HU after that 2-point basket.
Kayla Gordon now will slow it down. It's handed off to Ever Walker. Those two have been a really valuable piece of this team. And Walker, you look at the stats and think she's a 12% three-point shooter. Well, she's a lot better than that today as she is on a roll here in this first half.
I'd say Ever Walker's been on a roll tonight for Cumberland University.
34-32. Just a couple more possessions left in this first half. Melby has been out for a long time. Raby shoots a 12-footer in and out. Foresters almost grab another offensive rebound. Tarpley grabs it.
It's been a long time since we saw Gabby Melby on the court.
And she's working with those 2 fouls. Kellum has 2 as well, so she's not out there either. So this is a little bit of a different lineup as HU is without their 2 top scorers. Spin move by the guard inside, rebound Colston. That was Gordon with the miss. Tarpley will think about it, fire, miss it, and now HU can hold for the last shot if they'd like. Raby back to the basket against Eubanks, flipped it up, missed it. It's pulled down by Tarpley, and now the Phoenix a chance to tie or take the lead before the half.
Yeah, it seems like a nice spin move there from Olivia Raby, but she just couldn't get it off.
Kayla Gordon, she'll go to work with 6 on the clock, now 4. Gordon to her right, falls away from 10, can't get it to go, and the Foresters will take a 2-point lead to the halftime break with them. And before we take a break with them, Coach Darby Maggard is here for the halftime break. Just a 2-point lead for HU at the moment. Coach, you played a lot of that first half without your playmaker, your top scorer so far this season in Gabi Melby. What did you see out of her while she was out there and the other players that filled in?
Well, I don't usually like to complain about officiating, but this game is completely out of control. So I can't blame it on my kids. They're playing really hard, and so we've got some really ticky-tack fouls being called right now. But we've got to figure out how to continue to compete and play through it. So it really has it hurts our team, obviously, without Gabi on the floor for sure. But honestly, I thought Kendra went in there, and she played really good minutes. And overall, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, Kendra has been awesome. 8 points, the second leading scorer. Bailey Kellum, she didn't have a lot of opportunities in that first quarter, but did get it going a little bit there in the second.
Yeah, no, I thought she's really held us down, and then, I think Bailey is, she's got to find her space. She's really got to find her space to score.
All right, well, we'll see you after the game, and a 2-point lead into the halftime break. Coach Darby Maggard not pleased with some of those calls, but she's got to be somewhat happy her team's still up, too. We'll take a break with the players. 34-32 in the first half. Foresters on top.
Action.
A program like this is absolutely critical, just the perfect place to hone your craft. That's what I think a program like this is for. And it is a really valuable experience for your resumes. So yeah, I think it's incredible. I don't think that there's really any other place that you're going to get this kind of an experience.
Teaching in a classroom is just different than teaching in a living classroom kind of an environment.
Being on a feature film, you're immersing yourself in a month worth of work, of 18 continuous days of filming, but it's a full-time job. In so many ways, I think this is the first time many of our students have actually had this opportunity and get the training to what it's like to work full-time for our graduates as they enter the workforce. To be able to put on a resume, I've worked on 1 or 2 feature films. That's amazing.
So Lance and Webb opened the whole capstone track, and at first we were all very hesitant about it, thinking of how are we going to go from a student film to a feature film? But I think this is probably one of the most rewarding things I've done in the last 4 years, especially my senior year.
It's almost like you forget that you guys are students, which is absolutely amazing,
It's been a really cool environment of soaking in. I feel like everybody's just a sponge and they're trying to take as much in as they can. It's been a really positive environment because of that.
And it is run like a professional set. So I don't see that much difference.
I felt really privileged to be around people who were in that phase of their life and their career to be learning like such important stuff, such important moments in their education.
This feels like it's all part of the community, like the school, the town.
And I think Huntington as a whole, from the university to the county, is really realizing what HU is doing through the DMA, from making a feature almost every summer now to moving into every other summer to make sure they want to make the best product that comes out of this town.
The industry can be a really mean place, but it doesn't have to be. And I think that I learned here with Matt and Lance's model that even if there's one person on set that can follow a model like they have, it can make a difference.
I love that our students get to see that we can make stories that are not explicitly about faith. The way in which we make it can be a reflection of what we believe and why we do what we do.
Kind of the beginning of something super, super special, and everybody knows it's special, but I don't think we've even begun to see the full potential of where Forrester Film is going to be in the next, 5, 10, 15 years. I can't wait to see where it goes.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Hey, I'm Adam Widener. I teach film and television here at Huntington University. I'm an assistant professor of film and television production, and I teach studio production, the class where students create the show The Treehouse. So The Treehouse is a show in TV studio production where students have to bring a guest in, and we do as many episodes as there are people in the class because everybody rotates through positions. I give a prompt where students have to have a commercial break, you have to have a guest, it has to be 10 minutes long, and there are some other elements. This year it has to have a replay element, but it's pretty open-ended. The Treehouse is a brainchild of Dr. Lance Clark and myself. And it started over COVID when we were talking about TV studio production, but we kept hearing some feedback that not everybody was getting to rotate through positions. Some people, it was either you're really on or they're not really engaged. So Dr. Clark and I were thinking, what do we do? It's COVID. We're not sure what attendance is going to look like. So we decided, let's just do a TV show where we can bring people in as guests and students rotate through positions. If someone's quarantined, someone else would fill that position. So this was an idea. Instead of doing a project where we talk about the learning outcomes and then students do the project, let's flip the classroom. Let's turn it into you all, the students, are putting on a TV show, so you have buy-in, and we're doing an episode every single class we're there. In TV studio production now, we're in the 3rd season of The Treehouse. The opportunities for students, you get to make a TV show. We split the class into 2 groups, and Group A does an episode on Tuesday, Group B does an episode on Thursday. So it's a really great experience of content creation, modifying and mimicking what it is in the industry, the grind of television. And we're trying to keep that audience engaged into season 3 of the Treehouse. How do we do that? And we talk about that as a class. So it's a really great hands-on opportunity for students to make a TV show and distribute it to try to impact our community.
My name is Mark, and I love to play the drums. I started drumming in the 9th grade. That's when I actually had a drum set. I actually started playing in my mind when I was about 5 years old. My older brother was a drummer, and he was my idol. Now for me, fortunately, the church has been a place where I could play the drums, and so I always had an outlet, even every single week, where I could be playing the drums, and so I could kind of fit it into the rest of my life with getting married, having kids, having a job. I would say that being made in the image of God means that God as creator has wired creativity into all of us. And so for me, playing the drums is my avenue for how I can express that creative aspect of being made in the image of God. And I love to do it.
Hey.
I can't talk, I have a showing.
Listen.
My clients are arriving any minute.
Eleanor. Mom passed.
Right, well, on that note, I think it'd be best if you all go to hotels, for Dad's sake.
I'm Eleanor. You remember me. This is my husband, Raphael, and our daughter, Dahlia.
No. Thank you, Eleanor. He's got memory loss. He's not deaf. The house is in Dad's name, so he's the one who has the right to sell it, and that will be full of red tape.
There has to be something I can do. Appeal for some sort of custody in lieu of our insane father.
He's not insane. He's sick, and I'm handling it.
What does that mean?
Mom always had the best clothes. She was a seamstress through and through.
She sounds amazing.
Yeah, she was a real force in nature. She definitely had a hard life from beginning to end, but she tried to be the best mom that she could.
I didn't get to say goodbye.
You said goodbye when you never came home.
And his family specializes in secrets.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Back here, just about ready for the start of the second half in Platt Arena. It's Preston Husband, it's Ross Gosnell, it's more Forrester Hoops on FDN Sports. We thank you for tuning in wherever you might be checking us out today. Men's basketball to follow, the semifinals of the Crossroads League tournament, postseason tournament for the men's soccer team at 7 o'clock. Well, we hope. We're trying to see if we can fit all these in today. We're going to do our best. But right now, these two teams, man, stuck in a good one in the first half, separated by 2 points. Forrester's up 34-32 as they come out of the locker room now.
Yeah, it looks like if Coach Darby Magger uses the same strategy as she did the first half, just clean up the ball turnovers and shoot better, the Foresters will get the job done here this afternoon.
Coach was not pleased with the officiating, as you heard in that halftime interview. She said not usually one to get upset about that, but she was a little bit upset because Darby isn't used to seeing players like Gabi Melby and Bailey Kellum be in a little bit of foul trouble, but someone like Kendra Sheets, you see on the screen right there, she stepped in a big way, had 8 points in that first half.
Yeah, Kendra Sheets, she's been a freshman step up so far after Gabi Melby had 2 fouls, and Gabi Melby didn't play the second quarter, so good kudos to Kendra Sheets, the freshman, for stepping up there.
We'll see if she has to play big minutes in the second half or if Melby and Kellum can stay out of foul trouble. Kellum led the way with 9 points. We just talked about Sheets. She had 8. Liv Raby, 6 points, 6 rebounds. Gabi Melby, while she was out there, was perfect from the field, 2 for 2. 5 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Annika Nelson had 4 and 3. Tegan Akers came in off the bench, Ross, 2 points, 7 rebounds. A lot of those on the offensive end as well. So she was excellent. On the other side, Ever Walker, 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 8 from downtown after only being a 12% three-point shooter from range. 5 points for Maya J. Eubanks, 2 rebounds to go along for her. And then for Emily Tarpley, she had 4 points, 5 rebounds. And to finish it off, it was Gordon with 3, Hyde with 3, Brill Hart with 3, and Faith Colson had 2 points and 3 rebounds. Neither team really shot the lights out of it, but both teams showed at times they could go on a little bit of runs offensively when they were running their possessions positively.
I feel like we kind of saw this last night, Preston, is that both teams got back and forth, shooting good baskets, and just the same thing today, having the same old momentum, shooting the same percentage. I mean, it's just a very same difference from last night from HU.
They're just about set for this third quarter. The Foresters in their green uniforms for the first time at home this year. HU so far this season, perfect at home, 2-0. Their lone loss on the road against a top 25, and in fact at the time a top 15 Indiana Tech team last night. Took down number 7, the University of the Cumberlands. Today it's Cumberland University. The Phoenix will start with the basketball. Coach Mark Vaughn, we talked about it. He's in his first year as a head coach, trying to find the rhythm and which players he wants to use, and a foul is going to be called on the offense here. It's an illegal screen as Maya J. Eubanks is going to pick up the personal.
That was a great advantage to start the second half for HU.
That's her second. As mentioned, a lot of whistles from this crew in the first half. We'll see if that continues to hold the same in the second. Cut inside Melby, looking for Raby. Wide open is Hartso, and still cannot knock down a shot from deep.
A little bit too short there from Peyton Hartso.
She struggled from the field to start this season. She had struggles to start last year as well, and then eventually caught fire a little bit. But so far, just a little bit of a cold shooting start to her sophomore year. Tarpley inside Eubanks. Those two trying to work a two-man game. Nelson intercepted. And now Annika will push it forward. Loose ball picked up by Peyton Hartso. More of a man-to-man look now for the Phoenix.
Great defense there from HU on that last possession.
Now they drop back into the zone. Kellum looking in the middle for Melby. She's the playmaker, and you see it right there. She's back in the game, and she has another assist.
That was a nice dump off there from Gabi Melby to Olivia Raby.
Raby's up to 8 points, 6 rebounds. Melby as her second assist of the night. Gabi is coming off the game last night where she had 9 assists, and she has been right around that number all year. Eubanks has an easy 2. Maya J having a nice night, 7 points for her. Been one of the leaders on this team. This time Melby looking for her own shot. She's been running right in the center of that zone. That's where you have to get it against a zone like this, as Melby now fires from deep. That one falls off the side of the rim, and Eubanks is there to corral.
A little bit short there from Gabi Melby.
Gordon puts it on the floor against Hartso. Strong move. Eubanks grabs the offensive board. She's looking to go back up, but Raby holds strong, and now it'll be Ever Walker who goes back to work. Off the dribble, looks inside Eubanks. It's another Melby foul, and this time it leads to a 3-point opportunity.
That's not good right now if you're Coach Darby Maggard and HU with Gabi Melby having their third foul.
Just got placed into that mismatch And immediately she's going to be taken out of the game with those 3 fouls. So Kendra Sheets will come back in. The freshman from Columbia City did a great job in that first half, and looks like she's going to get an extended run in the second half as well.
Looks like Gabi Melby's not looking too pleased right now.
Eubanks can't finish the 3-point play. Hartsoe will grab the miss and push it forward quickly to Kellum. Hartsoe and Nelson working, and another whistle, this time against Colston, as these touch fouls continue to come. It's Colston's first, the team's second here in the third quarter. The girls' game, you get to 5, and you start shooting free throws as Kellum has continued to knock down the 3-ball.
She's been so hot so far. That's her 4th 3-pointer from Bailey Kellum.
She's got 7 attempts from the field, all 7 from downtown. She's made 4 of them. She's the leading scorer for HU with 12. Eubanks working with Walker off the dribble against Sheets. Nice move. Raby blocked it away. Walker got it back, and now Colston against Raby. Another block, and now Nelson grabs it.
That was a great block there from Olivia Raby from the HU defense.
She had 3 last night, 2 on the last possession. Kellum open again. Kellum connects again.
Man, Bailey Kellum's been hot out there with her 5th 3-pointer with that connection.
15 points. It looks like Cumberland University needs a timeout, and we'll take one with them. It's going to turn into the media. The Foresters hot to start the third quarter.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial product you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back in Platt Arena, and it's the Bailey Kellum show once again for the Foresters. She's coming off her best game of the year last night, had 25 points. Tonight, she's knocked down 5 triples. That's also the number of 3s she made in last night's game, Ross. You look at what she did last year as a freshman, 85 3-pointers. That was 5 short of tying the program record for most 3s in a season. This HU team broke the team record for 3s in a year, and it looks like they could maybe try to match that number again this year. Maybe Kellum will have that record to herself after her sophomore year.
I kind of see that happening this year for the HU women's basketball program, breaking that record.
42-36, great response with Melby going out with her third, and Forrester's another turnover as Nelson picks it up. Sheets, the freshman. Kellum will fire again, and she is on fire.
Man, a lot of home run balls there from Bailey Kellum. That's her 6th 3-pointer so far.
She's made 3 straight. Bailey has got the hot hand. We've seen this movie a few times in Platt Arena. Ever Walker over the top, a little bit of an extended zone here. Jump ball going to go the Foresters' way, and they have a chance now to push this to their largest lead of the night.
That's back-to-back turnovers there from Cumberland University.
So Kellum has 6 threes. That's the most she's hit this season. See if maybe they go right back to it. Gotta imagine she's gonna get a chance. Thought about shooting that one from the bleachers. Instead, we'll restart the offense. Now she will fire, and she's got another!
Wow, it's been an awesome game from Bailey Kellum.
Can't stop her. You can only contain her for a while, and now she is showing Cumberland why she was freshman of the year in one of the best conferences in the country. And now a foul comes here behind the play. Raby was knocked down. It's going to be called on Tarpley.
Phoenix personal foul on number 15.
Liv maybe just got poked in the face a little bit, but looks to be okay. And now Huntington a chance again to come right back, and I can only imagine number 1's going to get the ball.
If I was going to imagine that, Coach Mark Vaughn in Cumberland University, you got to contest Bailey Kellum because she's got the hot hand.
Kellum waiting for it on the right side this time. She's been working mostly on the left. She has it in her hands. That might be a little out of her range, but she's in one of those zones right now. Nelson to Sheets. The freshman will now try. That one rattles off, and it's pulled down by Ever Walker. Still a good shot, though. A wide open look again for HU.
It was still a good look there from HU.
Tarpley and Walker working together on the right side. She'll drive in against Nelson, who's going to be whistled for a personal, and Tarpley has a couple of free throws coming her way. It was such a slow start for HU on the offensive end, but now they are really getting about everything they want against this Phoenix defense.
Hey, it could have been better ways from Coach Darby Magger right now.
Emily Tarpley at the line.
Tarpley talked about how she's had some struggles from the free throw line this season. First one up and in, 25% from the charity stripe coming in. Last night, played very well, 11 points, 8 rebounds. That's not even her best rebounding game, though. She had 12 and 11 in the opener against Bryan out of Tennessee. The rebounding machine has been a positive piece to Coach Vaughn's puzzle so far this season. Extended pressure now coming. Kellum will catch and work it over the top to Sheets. Raby finds an open Yoakum, who fires right in front of her bench, and she's finally taken the lid off the hoop.
Man, HU's been hot from downtown here this afternoon.
They can shoot you right out of a game, and we have seen that a lot from this young team for Coach Darby Maggard. They can run away from you because they shoot so many threes and they make so many threes. The Sheets is going to be called for a foul. It looks like we might be heading to one more media, and we will. The Foresters right now, they're on fire, and when we come back, Marley Hyde will try to put an end to this long run for HU.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
HU up 51-38. It's been the Bailey Kellum show here in the third quarter. She made 4 straight threes within about a minute 20 period of gameplay, Ross. She's leading the way with 21, coming off her best game with 25 last night. She's a special player, but you look at the scoreboard, it's still a 13-point game, and you think we should continue to extend this as far as we can.
I say don't let off the gas if you're Coach Darby Maggard right now. Keep this fire three-point shooting going.
All right, just waiting for free throws here. It'll be Marley Hyde.
For the Phoenix.
Freshman guard, 6 foot. Tennessee native, 1 dribble, sends it up, and that one misses badly. Just a 43% free throw shooter coming into today's game. She's had a nice night, though. Just 3 points, but she's been very active on both ends, as that's another offensive rebound, this time picked up by Tarpley. This is Mariah Person from Cleveland, Ohio. First time we've seen her tonight. The senior guard having a chance to run the point at the moment. Inside, another tough shot, but another foul as Tarpley gets the whistle.
So that's Kendall Yoakum's third foul there for HU.
Seems like they all have 3 right now, Ross, as Yoakum clearly hit the arm of Tarpley.
Shooting 2.
Now Emily, sophomore, will get a chance. A lot of these players as you would expect from Tennessee. Tarpley from Manchester, Tennessee. 26 games last year, right around 16 minutes per game, 5.4 points per game, added 3.3 rebounds. She's continuing to improve her game, averaging right around 9 points and nearly 9 rebounds. She's really talented. 13-point lead. The Foresters back to work on offense. They've been getting whatever they want. Kellum has been on fire in this third quarter. Inside Raby, straight back Nelson. Hasn't really been as involved on offense today. Misses that one too strong as Hyde rips it out of there. Off the bounce, Person off the dribble against Yoakum, goes to the rim, threw up a tough shot. It's rebound inside by Hyde. Spun out up top, deep three from Walker, who couldn't knock it down. Kept in play. Great job by Colston there. Looked like she had no chance.
Great effort there from Faith Colston in the Phoenix.
Person to Tarpley. Off the dribble, looks for the jump shot, bounces it inside. Someone's going to have to force a shot up. It's going to be Person, who's blocked. And now a loose ball, and it's a shot clock violation as the Foresters will get the ball back.
That's a great defensive stop there from HU.
See Yoakum giving up her body there to get down on the court. Similar to what we saw last night. There were a lot of players diving around for these loose balls, and that's what you get from two really solid programs. They're going to try to outwork you, and when two teams play this hard, sometimes it is who comes up with those 50-50 balls who comes away with the win. Kendra Sheets will continue to run the point. Melby has seen very limited minutes, as now there's going to be a foul inside. Looks like it's going to be Colston, potentially, who picks it up, and it will be her second.
Right now for Cumberland University, they have their fourth team foul.
Yep, both teams with 4 now, Ross. So anytime one of these teams commits a defensive foul, it will be a couple of free throws as Kellum nearly dropped another one. That one too strong. Brill Hart pulled it down. Looked good from this angle.
It looked very good there from Bailey Kellum.
Brill Hart off the bounce goes to Colston. Both teams will be in the bonus as Kellum tries going straight up and once again whistled for a personal. And now it will be a shooting foul, but the rest of the way, Cumberland will be shooting 2 free throws with each foul.
Let's say that's Bailey Kellum's third foul there as well.
Number 30, Tegan Eggers into the...
So Kellum has 3, Melby has 3, Yoakum has 3. Colston waiting to shoot the free throws, as it looks like, not sure what we're trying to check in on here. It's 5 team fouls for HU, 4 against Cumberland. Game has not had a whole lot of flow to it, just a lot of whistles back and forth. 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and now Colston ready to shoot some free throws. Colston takes a few deep breaths, sends up her first, and knocks it in. She's a great free throw shooter, 80% so far this year. Having a career year in the scoring category, averaging nearly double digits. Tonight, not having quite that success, but with those 2 free throws, making one of them, she's got 3 on the night. Kendra Sheets will use the screen from Yoakum. 1-3 tonight, looking for another, and that was from way behind the arc.
That looked like a little split splash there from Kendall Yoakum.
Yoakum has struggled to knock down the 3 ball to start this year, but that is what she does. 75 of 100 shots last year came from behind the arc. She's got 2 here in the third quarter now, up to 6 points. Good defense by Sheets. Good defense 2 times in a row by Kendra. Now a turnover as Yoakum will put it on the floor. And trying to find an open teammate in Akers. Nelson slows it down. Annika spins off the dribble, floated it up. Akers tried to grab her 8th board, couldn't quite pull it in. And Mariah Person pushes it back the other way.
A lot of better ball movement from HU so far in the second half.
Nice in and out move by Person, who knocks down the extended free throw line jumper. Did not see her at all in that first half. She's been busy here in the third. Nelson in the middle of that zone, wide open look for Bolin, and talk about perfect zone offense.
That was a nice reverse layup there from Ruby Bolin.
Bolin had the final 2 points last night. Did not see any time in the first 2 games of the year, but she had to play a lot of time with HU's foul trouble. Walker to the rim. Good defense again by Sheets, who's now being guarded by Colston. Sheets, as a freshman, has shown the ability to guard anyone. Yoakum open again from the corner. Thought she had it. The miss is pulled down by Hyde. And pushing it the other way, again, Person. Raya up top. Faith Colston trying to catch her breath. She has been one of the main catalysts on this team offensively. Another whistle comes right at the 1 minute mark here. HU still up 13, but more free throws coming for the Phoenix. Sub coming in, Kayla Gordon is going to replace Ever Walker.
Number 2, Kayla Gordon in for the Phoenix. Faith Colston at the line, shooting 2.
Colston has 2 shots coming, misses the first. Coach Mark Vaughn making sure him and Mariah Person, the rest of these guards, are on the same page at the moment. And once again, another whistle for another discussion. So 56-43, Colston has the second of 2 coming back up. Takes a long time in this routine. As mentioned, she's played a lot of minutes today and knocks down that second one. Back to a 12-point game, HU. Just a few more possessions between these two sides in the third quarter, but they've extended this lead from 2 to 12. That's what you want to see in the third quarter, Ross.
I said that's what you want to see here from Coach Darty Maggard and her coaching staff, having that big of a lead.
Nelson and Yoakum, 2 sophomores working in there, make it Akers as well. The freshman Sheets has it now with the senior Bolin. Akers fires a 3. Line drive, doesn't get quite high enough, and Person has another rebound.
That was a nice look there from Kendra Sheets to Tegan Akers, but just came up short.
Brillhart up top, Mariah Person. She's been running that point. Kayla Gordon getting that break. She is back in there now, though. Brillhart steps into a 3 on the left wing, too strong. Akers has another board. And now 10 seconds left in this third quarter. See if HU can get one final shot to drop. Yoakum gets the flare screen. Akers, shot fake, drives into the lane, fires it up at the buzzer. Bolin doesn't score. And we move on to the fourth quarter. It's a 12-point lead. HU outscores Cumberland by 10. They're in control with 10 minutes left.
Forester Camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University. I looked into OTA and it looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure like what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people like physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other, you know, they can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
(56-44). Gabi Melby started that third quarter with a nice assist, but we really haven't seen much of the senior guard here today. She's been battling foul trouble. This Phoenix team, they're just trying to hang around, but man, Bailey Kellum, she went off for 4 straight threes in that third quarter. And right now, that's the difference, 12 points. Kellum just blew up on the offensive end. She's capable of doing that each time out.
Yeah, Bailey Kellum hit 4 threes there in the third quarter. Right now in the game, she's got 7 threes, so that's pretty remarkable out of her.
21 points to lead the way for HU. It's a 12-point lead as Kayla Gordon is back in there. Suffered what looked to be and potentially could have been a scary injury earlier in this game. Good to see Kayla back in there. As she goes off the dribble against Melby, falls away, left that one short, and then Raby falls out of bounds. And it'll be 10 on the shot clock. No change of possession there.
Great effort there from Olivia Raby.
Just couldn't quite keep that right foot in. And it'll be an out-of-bounds play started by Mariah Person underneath the Phoenix own basket. They lob it up top. That is Marley Hyde, who loses the dribble. Brillhart and a couple of her teammates going to have to go quick. Colston, 2 on the shot clock, gets to the rim, and foul called on Bailey Kellum, and there was nothing there. That's a tough whistle.
That was a tough whistle there from Bailey Kellum.
You see Kellum straight up, blocks the shot. Tough whistle. There's been a handful of them. I think even Coach Vaughn was kind of shaking his hand over here. I told you, this crew, you see them walk in, you know they're going to blow the whistle a lot. There's just certain crews that you know they just call the game a little tighter than others. And once again, that's not necessarily a negative thing. You just have to know that coming in when you see them.
That's what I kind of feel like as well from different officials' perspectives.
Colston, 1 of 2 again. Another sub coming in. It's Kendra Sheets replacing Kellum. Kellum's got those 4. Melby has 3. And it's still an 11-point lead for HU. That's the good news. But a tough whistle on the star player as Kellum will have to take a seat.
Always the next person up.
Melby's back in there. She gets it right in the middle of that zone, looking for an open player. Nelson from that right top of the 3-point line. Can't get it to go. Not in between the wing and the top of the key. Nelson hasn't shot it quite the same tonight as we've seen in recent games. Inside the work, Yoakum staying straight up. Nice move and score by Tarpley over the top of the great defender in Yoakum, who's a little slow behind the play right now. And they're gonna have to put a break in the game as Yoakum looks like she might have been hit there on the Tarpley turn. Yoakum is going to have to probably come out of this game right now as it's a 9-point lead with just under 9 minutes left. See, maybe it's just a situation where Yoakum had the ear knocked out of her.
Looks like Kendall Yoakum got up and at it.
Not seen Darby Maggard quite this fired up. You see, it actually happened a little before that where Yoakum was playing defense on Tarpley and she got an elbow to either like the ab or the chest and immediately went down to her hands and her hands on her knees. It's good to see her walk off on her own power. She takes a seat at the end of the bench. So now the Foresters, they're working with all kind of players here today. It's the deepest rotation we've seen this year. Raby's been quiet. Nelson was open. Sheets drives in, finds Raby. Nelson open this time, still cannot get a 3 to go.
Looks like a little short there from Monica Nelson.
This game getting just a little tighter. Gordon to Tarpley. This is Ever Walker. She's knocked down a few threes. That one just found every part of the rim except the bottom.
In and out there from Ever Walker.
Melby working quick, whistle called. It's going to be a reach in, as that's going to be the first on the away Phoenix. Both teams now with 1. Yeah, you can see Walker just reaching around the body of Melby, and she picked up her second. Gabi shoots 17 feet, might have been blocked, caught by Nelson. No foul there as Nelson caught it. Raby keeps it in bounds. Annika resettles, shoots another 3, and finally gets one to go.
Finally that connection there from Annika Nelson.
She needed that, and she got it. And it's a big shot there, Ross, because you felt the momentum coming back to Phoenix's direction. and she stops that run. Tarpley, a few spins, good defense by Nelson. Tarpley gets her own miss, and then Nelson pushed her out of play. It's another personal, the second on HU. And for Nelson,
that's her third.
That's going to be number 3 as well.
A lot of foul trouble here this afternoon from Coach Darby Maggard and her team.
It'll be Phoenix ball on the baseline.
2 fouls on HU, 7:30 left in this game. Got men's basketball coming up right after this. Stick around for that. Some soccer later tonight as well. Underneath layup, not good by Gordon, and another foul going to be called on HU, and I think they're going to get Raby this time.
That's only her first, though, luckily.
Personal foul on the player, number 44, Liv Raby.
Ross, any idea how many total fouls in this game between both sides?
I mean,
it looks like there has been 26. 17 of them going against the Foresters. So, talked about it, lots of fouls as Raby tips that one out of play. It'll be 18 on the shot clock for the Phoenix.
Great defense there from HU.
Gordon will trigger the offense, goes into Hyde. Hands off to Ever Walker, steps back from 18, can't get it to go. And this time a whistle going against the Phoenix as the Foresters will get the possession.
Got a Phoenix personal foul and play in the lane on number 11, Faith Colston.
Looks like Colston's going to be called, working through the body of Akers there. So that's her third, second on the team. Melby in between that zone finds Sheets, who fires right in front of her bench. Akers trying to keep it alive, nearly did, but the miss is pulled down by Hyde. Here comes Gordon again. Looks like the Phoenix are looking to make a change here at that next break. Eubanks at the scores table, as that one's called off the Foresters, and it's going to be the Phoenix ball.
Number 23.
Costly officiating mistake there.
Yeah, it looks like that went directly off the arm of Hyde. Now later in the game, you can challenge that one, but it has to be within the last 2-3 minutes of the game. Colston inside Tarpley. She goes into the body of Nelson. Good no call as Nelson was straight up. And now a blocking foul is going to be called on Tarpley. And Ross, this is kind of what we expected. Just a lot of back and forth, lots of fouls. Now the last 2 on the guest, and that's 3 in this quarter on Cumberland University.
That's Tarpley's third foul there as well.
6:49 left. See how long it takes us to get through that. Melby to Nelson. Raby has been quiet in this second half. Tries to go to her favorite move. Akers there to rebound. Melby will start it over as she dices into the lane. Great pass to Akers, who blew the layup.
I said she's got to get that effort there. Good offensive rebound.
She did get it back, though, as Nelson now flips it far side Sheets, and that's going to go in the front row for a turnover. You know, Akers, even though she missed that close shot, never gave up on the play, found the rebound, but then HU couldn't get a good look.
There's always a great effort there from HU.
Gordon hands it off to Walker. Sheets, the freshman, playing great defense again, and now she's going to be called for a hold, as that's the 4th on the team. Sheets with her second.
Number 2, Kendra Sheets. It'll be Phoenix basketball in the front court.
59-47. HU has extended their 2-point halftime lead here in the 3rd and 4th quarter as Melby keeps it in, but it finds Walker. Now at the rim goes Colston. That's one of those plays, Ross, you want Melby to throw the ball down to your offensive end of the court, not back into the way of the Phoenix. Nelson stops, pops with the floater, couldn't get it to drop. Rebound is taken out of there by Tarpley as now Walker goes back to work in transition. Tarpley follows as that rolls out. Good possession, just not the right result. Melby now crosses over, goes up with the floater. Nice defense by Eubanks, and she grabs the rebound as well. Walker goes to the rim. Sheet stays straight up. Rebound pulled down by Akers. Eubanks knocked down by Melby. Lots of bodies going to the floor here the last few possessions.
It's going to get very competitive.
Coach Maggard yelling out instructions. Kendra Sheets and Gabi Melby mostly doing the ball handling. Melby turns between the zone, wide open floater. And that's kind of the issue the Phoenix have had tonight. They've been getting wide open looks right in the center of that zone with Melby.
Yeah, Gabi Melby makes that floater there.
Tarpley and Walker work together. Ever again drives hard. This time scores it over the top of Sheets. She's had a tremendous afternoon. She's leading the way. She's up to 14 points now. Right behind her, Tarpley with 10. Sheets, Nelson, Melby in the middle trying to get the ball. That's where you got to get it against this zone. Melby drives in there, stops on 2 feet, knocks down another mid-range J.
Looks like Gabi Melby's looking hot right now.
She's up to 9 points as she knocks down another jumper. I'm telling you, just getting right in the middle of that zone is the key, and Melby's done it each time she's been in there. Tough shot by Tarpley, rebound pulled down by HU. Here comes Gabi again. Feeling good, in between the zone. This time finds a shooter in Nelson left wing. That one's missed. Akers kept it alive. Tarpley gets the loose ball.
That was a great effort there from Tegan Akers.
Gordon will walk it across the timeline. Gordon, backdoor cut Tarpley, a little too strong. Can't remember if we've had our media timeout. No, we haven't, and now we will. It's an 11-point lead, 12. Got to be good at math if you're going to broadcast, Ross. 12-point lead for the Foresters on FDN Sports when we come back.
We've got a timeout on the floor.
I can't talk, I have a showing.
Listen.
My clients are arriving any minute.
Eleanor. Mom passed. I think it'd be best if you all go to hotels. For Dad's sake.
I didn't get to say goodbye.
You said goodbye when you never came home.
The final 3:36 coming between the Cumberland University Phoenix and the Huntington Foresters. 12-point lead for HU, Ross. Got to take care of the ball, knock down some free throws potentially to end this one. But man, HU, they're off to a nice start this year. 2-1, coming off a top 10 win last night. This would be another quality win today as well.
Yeah, this could be another tournament resume if Darby Maggard gets the job here this afternoon.
So we'll see if HU can finish this off. 3:36 left. Men's basketball coming up next. Holy Cross. They are coached by former assistant coach for the men's team back in Ty Platt's day, Tyler Bradick. So if you're familiar with Forester Athletics, that might ring a bell, as we'll see Holy Cross come in here and take on the 4-0 men's Foresters. But man, two really good programs right now here on the basketball court for HU.
Yeah, two great programs with Coach Corey Offord and Coach Darby Maggard.
Nelson has had a good fourth quarter. Melby fires from 3, and Melby has scored a handful of big buckets already in this young season. 3 really huge shots in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, huge shots there from Gabi Melby. She's hot right now.
Melby's into double digits now. She's got 12. Been passing it so well this year as well. Also rebounding it well as that rebound from Gordon is put back. She's one of the smallest players on the court, but fearless inside.
That's a great offensive rebound effort from Kayla Gordon.
See Melby floating around in the middle of this zone again. Now pops up. Just made a 3 from that spot. This time puts it on the floor. HU can bleed this clock away. Melby finds an open Akers. Good catch right in front of the bench. Tegan drives. Melby open again. She's going to have to shoot it from mid-range. That time too strong, and it's a shot clock violation on HU.
I say time ticking now to this point.
Yep, you're okay with using 30 seconds there. Even though you don't get the 2 points, you're 30 seconds closer from another victory and being 2-0 in this Forrester Classic. Left side, Brillhart. She dribbles in against Raby. And a foul called on Raby as there's one of those touch fouls again.
That's not what you want right now if you're HU.
Got a Forrester personal foul on the
Raby picks up her second. They said she was pushing her off the dribble there. Brillhart was able to spin around, but it was a foul. Brillhart has 2 shots, but she will check out if she makes the second. It looks like Tarpley is coming to the side to check in. Brillhart was 3 of 4 to start the year in her first 4 games from the free throw line. Misses that first one. Couple dribbles up and in, so she'll sub out as Tarpley comes back in. It looks like Tegan Akers is going to check out, and a great sign is that Kendall Yoakum's back in.
Great sign indeed from the HU women's team.
But now approaching that 2-minute mark for the Foresters. They'll try to break this press with Nelson and Melby. Yoakum does break it. Kellum's open. She'll stay in rhythm, and she's got 8 threes.
Hey, that's got to be close to the record, most in a single game.
Kellum with 24 points. All 12 of her shots from behind the arc. She's made 8 of them. 24.1 assists. That's her stat line, and 4 fouls. She shoots it. She's a scorer, and continue that trend here as a sophomore. 15-point lead. The Foresters do not have to be in a hurry. Melby takes it coast to coast, picks it up. Now has to find an option. It's Bailey who is going to relieve some of this pressure. Melby now fires from that same corner. That one was left way short as it's rebounded by Tarpley.
I feel like HU just waste off the clock and just get another shot clock violation.
Walker working against Kellum, who's got 4 fouls and a crazy shot there. A circus performance by Walker as she got that one to go. And Coach Vaughn wants a quick 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it here for that. 13-point lead for HU, 1:11 left. And if you're counting at home, we probably will have about a 20-minute break in between this game, just for our producers and directors in the back as well. So once this one goes final, they'll put 20 minutes on the clock, and then from there, we'll tip it off for the men's game. But man, this women's team for HU, that you know they have a fierce leader, a coach that was an absolute stud at the highest level possible. And now you see her bringing in all these players like Kendra Sheets and a little bit of Addie Shank today, Bailey Kelb, Gabi Melby in the transfer portal. You could not say more positive things about the coaching staff for Darby Maggard.
Yeah, Darby Maggard just brings a lot to the table. I've had many conversations with her, and she just brags about her team just being so successful down the road.
So HU will have the ball, 13-point lead, 1:11 left in this fourth quarter. Foresters had, without a doubt, their biggest win under Coach Maggard last night. This one would be a nice resume builder as well, as this Cumberland University team plays in a really tough conference. No call there on the floor. Walker, loose ball, and now a timeout called, as this game is going to be extended a little longer. And it's going to be another 30-second timeout. And Ross, I think it'd be okay for us to take a short break as well. We'll be right back. 13-point lead for the Foresters on FDN Sports. (69-56), little less than 1 minute left. It'll be the opposing team's basketball. That is Cumberland University Phoenix. 1-3, looking to avoid a 1-4 start, but right now, Ross, they need a little bit of a miracle, down 13. This one's going to be inbounded by Person. Up top, Tarpley fires quickly, rattles it in and out. Raby with the rebound, and now hopefully we're not going to see the foul game. with a 13-point lead, but Raby is fouled. And now on the next defensive foul, it'll be free throws for the Foresters.
I said hopefully not.
69-56. They're still going to put this press close up on these Forester ball handlers. Loose pass there. HU has struggled with this in the past, especially last year. It wasn't their strength handling some of this pressure. They'll be the senior putting on a dribbling expedition right now.
Going to be a great win here this afternoon for Coach Darby Maggard and the Foresters.
Yoakum will fire a three, rattles around, doesn't go down. Person with the rebound, and Raby fouls. No reason for that from Liv, as it'll send the Phoenix to the free throw line.
There was no reason for that foul there from Raby. She should just let the clock go off.
Yep.
We'll put Mariah Pearson at the line.
So Mariah Person, will have some free throws coming. First one is up from her, and it is good. 26.8 left on the clock. Person up to 3 points on the night, 101 from the charity stripe. Second one of the night is too strong. Rebounded by her and put right back by Person. It's down to a 9-point game. We'll see if they foul now, and they will. And so we'll just continue to extend this one a little bit longer.
We've got a Phoenix personal foul, number 15.
It's actually a 10-point lead, by the way. I think the scoreboard flashed up there with 9 at one point. Tarpley picks up her fourth, as now Melby will go back to the free throw line.
After these free throws here, just let it dribble out if you're Cumberland.
Assuming they'll still take one more shot. Melby perfect on the first. She's up to 13. It's her first free throw of the night. She's had a lot of the basketball, but has also missed some time as well. Second one, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Hyde. Rebounding machine here earlier in the year. Person again. Left side Tarpley. Fired up by Walker, too strong. Melby grabs the rebound for a moment, ripped away by Tarpley. And now Colston has to go track it down. Final shot of the game going to be sent up here in just a moment, and it is going to count by Colston, but the Foresters are going to come away victorious, 70-59. So HU moves to 3-1. A really great weekend here at home for the Foresters as they win both games in the Forester Classic.
Yeah, great win there from Coach Darby Maggard and their coaching staff, winning the HU Women's Basketball Classic here at Platte Arena.
So we will wait and see if Coach Darby Maggard is going to come straight over. Looks like the two teams are going to meet in the center circle and have a prayer, and before Cumberland University heads back home to Tennessee. HU was fantastic here this weekend. And then after we hear from Darby Maggard, we're going to take a short break, and we will have the men's basketball game coming up shortly. But Ross, just so we can kind of wrap it up quickly after the Coach Darby Maggard interview, what do you think of those two games by the Foresters this weekend?
Great effort, I would say. Great shooting, great offensive rebounding, just all-around team effort from these past two games for Coach Darby Maggard and her team.
I thought that they just battled hard, even with a lot of foul trouble this year. This weekend, they had foul trouble in both games. They battled through it. Some players stepped up, and here is Coach Darby Maggard to talk about that performance. Well, if we can describe that weekend, it would be excellent, fun, big for the program. Foul trouble. I mean, man, it seemed like you guys were fouling, and I think all the calls were really good, Coach Maggard. So I don't know what you're talking about at halftime. 24 from your superstar sophomore, Bailey Kellum, tonight. At one point, she made 4 straight threes. She's a special player for you guys.
She's really, really good. She works her tail off. All of our kids do, but Bailey does a really good job of finding her space on the floor. And when she's open, she's going to shoot that thing. And so, it takes I don't know what it is, but she's got it. She's got it.
I think what makes teams so special is having someone step up when someone is in foul trouble. Someone goes out injured last night for one possession. Kendra Sheets was that special person this weekend, I thought. She knocks down a 3 right when she comes in last night in a huge win for your program. And she fills in here today, has a career-high 8 points, 4 assists. You didn't lose much without Melby out there.
Yeah, so Kendra, I mean, she led her team all throughout her high school career and was phenomenal. And that's the reason why I recruited her, is because we want point guards that are leaders. And she's learning a ton right now from Gabi. But when she's able to step out on that floor, she's ready. And so I'm really proud of her, and she's honestly only going to continue to get better.
Hey, 2-0 this weekend, the Forrester Classic. Big smile on your face following that one. I know it was a little stressful here and there, but hey, it's a win, and we're happy for you guys. We'll see you next time, all right?
Thank you, Preston.
All right, for FTN Sports, we will talk to you in just a few minutes for the men's basketball game.